Welcome back to the Comic Book Savant YouTube channel. This is another television review. I've been continuing on with the series, Voltron, the Legendary Defender. About a month or so ago, I did a review for season 3. They came right back because they're shortening the seasons on Netflix and putting them out more frequently. So we are jumping right back in, excuse me, not too long, just a month or so later after season 3 with season 4 of this series. What else can I say that I haven't said about this series? If you haven't watched the previous reviews, it's a super solid series. Again, it's based on the Japanese property Go Lions, which came out in the 80s back as Voltron, and now we got Voltron, the Legendary Defender. If you're unfamiliar, it is being produced and directed by the same team that put together Avatar, as well as Legend of Korra as well. So if you like those series, it is at that same level of quality and entertainment from top to bottom. This season jumped back in, like they left on a total cliffhanger on season 3. In this season, I felt like season 3 was the best season of the series to date, which is saying a lot because it's been stellar throughout the 4 seasons to date. For me, it was a slight step back because season 3 was so good, and it's kind of hard to top yourself when you're still at producing at such a high level. So if I had to say that last season was a 10, this was like a 8.5, 9. It's just slightly underneath what last season was. I liked that they continued building up the mythology of the world and growing it out, making a lot of references to different things back from the 1984 series, incorporating in, saying maybe all this stuff exists in. We did some time traveler multi-dimensional travel, maybe saying all this stuff, all the Voltron history that we know all happened, but in alternate versions of the universe as we know it from this series, which is kind of cool. At this point, I just want to make sure I'm hitting all my points. At this point, it's definitely surpassed anything in the original 1984 series. I think the first season surpassed anything done in that series to date. I love how the producers as well is doing a good job in acknowledging the source material from the original and finding new and creative ways to weave it in and not discount it, but do Easter eggs. And like I said, leaving it open to the possibility that everything existed in its own dimension or universe that are interconnected in some way, and they're playing up on that. I'll eventually like to see where it all might go, because they're building more and more that is alternate dimensions with, where it was alternate outcomes. We saw that some in season 3 in the episode when they went to a different dimension and saw the little twist of that Prince Allura and her people were actually, quote, the villains, and it wasn't Zarkon, and they had formed the empire and had took over the universe and had used devices to mind control people to take them over and take over the universe. So you've done some twists in that mythology to open up a lot of possibilities. I don't know at this point how long they want the show to go, if it's based on, because it's doing extremely well, and it seems like how they're building things up, and we still a lot about this mythology that we don't know. I can see this show going for a while if they keep doing the short seasons, like 10 or so. I know when they did Avatar had a finite amount of episodes. It was 4 books, and it was 4 books, so 4 seasons, more episodes per season. And then that was the series. Legend of Korra ran a little bit longer. I think it was like 5 seasons instead of the 4 or 6 maybe. Again, more episodes in between there. So it's interesting now that they're kind of breaking them up. We haven't gotten any announcement from Netflix on when the next season might be dropping of Voltron, or how far ahead, since they kind of are breaking them up. I don't know, since we had 2 seasons a month from one another, if we'll see another season be dropped by year's end. But if they're kind of going at the clip they're going, maybe it'll be early next year before we'll get season 5. But again, I haven't seen anything online about any official announcement on when season 5 might drop. I really like Voltron as a character. They introduced him in season 3 as a villain. They end on a very unique, I don't want to spoil it for you guys if you haven't seen it yet. It's a nice little plot twist that they took this season with Voltron, and I'm very interested to see where his development goes further. I think as far as the villain characters, he's been the most interesting in these last 2 seasons here, and it's really going to be interesting as far as development wise, where he goes. And I just like the team building. Some roles have shifted on the Voltron Force team as it did last season. It even shifted more, which I like that it is showing, it's giving people time to grow and sending them on their different paths and see where it all plays out. So it's very thought out. I like that I'm huge on character development, and they're doing it in spades here. And it seems like, as each season goes on, they are growing. They take maybe 2 or 3 of the characters and focus and grow them, and then as the next season comes, more characters get their spotlight. So I really like that trend and like where it's going. It's a very entertaining show. If you're one of the few, because I'm hoping it's only a few of you that hasn't watched this great show yet, to take a moment, binge it on Netflix. It might take a day. The episodes are just 22 minutes. The first 2 seasons are 10 episodes. Then season 3 and 4 are only 6. You can knock it out in a few hours. It flies by so fast, and it's so well paced that it's not going to feel like it's dragging or you're binging it all. And you're going to be, before you know it, you're going to be like, I watched all the episodes. It's a treat for sure. Don't discount it because it's animation. It is great television, and in this day and age where so much good television, this is one of the few, I would say, comic book related shows that is, at the top. Overall cartoon live action, I'll take it over some of these live action shows in a minute right now. So definitely, if you have Netflix, you owe it to yourself to check out Voltron: The Legendary Defender. All the seasons but season 4. You should be able to purchase them on iTunes. If you don't have Netflix, you can. I know they've released DVDs of the previous seasons. I don't know if season 3 is out yet, but you could probably buy it. I know for sure you should be able to buy it digitally on iTunes or Amazon, wherever you get your digital media from, if you go that route. So definitely, if you have a moment, check it out. I'll have links in this video for the review I did of season 3, so you can check that out as well. And if you if you like this video, you found it informative, like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys again next week for another video on Comic Book Savant. Thank you for your time, and you have a good week. Take care.